Alvanzon So. I am known here as Manzon. I am the regional people lead for Canva, Philippines. And later this year, we're going to branch out into Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. So it's going to be a truly regional role, which I'm very excited about. In the beginning of Canva, we need to explore tools that help us scale. We have to take a look at the processes that are quite repetitive, quite administrative heavy, and has a huge opportunity for automations. There's a lot of compliance and regulatory requirements. So the first boxes that we need to tick was to find platforms that will help enable the HR processes to get through and get done in as little effort and as little mistake as possible. Scale is very important. Efficiency, of course, becomes very critical as the size of the organization and the complexities of our processes get bigger. And definitely, we want to make sure that the platforms that we choose are the ones that can grow and scale in the same speed and pace as Canva. When we explore options, you also definitely want to consider who are the biggest contenders, who are the providers that are known to be reliable. We have to go down to cost and how this scales as we grow the company. And I think that this list of tick boxes have been quite exceptionally met by Sprout, which is why I think we've been with Sprout for the last 7+ years. Canva has been with Sprout even before I joined. When I joined Canva, for example, we were just around 250 employees, and platforms like Sprout is able to deliver the needs quite promptly, accurately, and despite growing to 900 headcount that we have today, same speed and reliability is expected and delivered without fail. I like that we see higher velocities of work where I get to do more with less, and people are actually not having any issues despite complexities and the increase in transactions, which is really good because it just gives us even more confidence that despite the growth or despite the changes in our ways of working, Sprout remains to be a reliable partner. There's many different alternatives available. We go for the company and for the platform that delivers its promise through great aftercare, great customer care, great technological interfaces, good customer support, and of course, the expected reliability that you get from Sprout. They're reliable, they are real partners, and they envision what we see as the future of our company. And we want to be able to work hand in hand to get to where we want to be in the next 10 years or so.
My name's May Rivera Moreno. I'm the president and co-founder of Beeline Now Consulting Services, Inc. We're a B2B marketing agency. We're focused on helping B2B companies and tech-enhanced corporations or organizations grow through marketing. Beeline started way back in 2017, so we're just 7 years. At the time we started, it was just me and my business partners. And then we started growing. It became more and more difficult for us to just use spreadsheets. For payroll, we realized that doing things manually wasn't cutting it anymore. We just can't do that. It was so inefficient. That's when we realized, hey, we need a system. As co-founders, we really were wearing multiple hats. I'm president, but I'm also HR. I'm also sales. I'm also marketing. You know, it's so difficult because I was scared of doing the computations and all. I was like, what if I make mistakes and all that? So it was overwhelming, I guess, for me to be able to be burdened with that. That many people, you already need to find a way to automate these processes. My co-founder, Isa, she's COO, but she's also focused on finance, operations, and all that. It used to take her majority of one day to do payroll. But now with Sprout, it's so easy because you run it, it's just a few minutes, then it's done. It's done by the system. So it's so easy now. We've been with Sprout for almost 3 years now. I think this is our 3rd year as a Sprout customer. And it has made things easier for us. It used to be just my partner doing it. But now with Sprout, we actually take turns na. I'm not scared anymore of running payroll, right? So It's very easy for us to do. We really wanted Ready Wage because we feel that employees would always need some sort of financial help or support somehow. And there were times when, before Ready Wage, people would go to us and say, oh, I need an advance or something like that. They might need some form of financial support. It's nice that Ready Wage is there. At least they can access their earned wages at any time. It gives them the flexibility to, they're a little short, maybe they spent a little too much, they had an emergency, the allocated budget that they had wasn't enough. At least they have access to their earned wages. So it's good for them to have access to a platform where they can easily get funds if they need them. It has helped our business a lot. As a founder, we're able to do the tasks, the administrative tasks faster, HR tasks and payroll tasks makes it faster. The fact that our employees can access the system anywhere they are is a bonus because our employees are all over the world. The fact that they now have a platform that they can look at if they need support financially, if they need additional funds from their earned wages, they can easily get to it. All that has made running the business much smoother. Hopefully, it's making our employees happier, and I think that's what we care about most.
Imagine one AI agent that connects everything and everyone in your organization. Sidekick is your always-on AI assistant, built into Sprout, to help every role, from payroll to HR to your front lines. Sidekick makes you the hero in your day-to-day work, powered by smart agents, each experts in payroll, HR, compliance, and more. They don't just answer, they act. It all comes together in Sidekick Central. It's your AI command center where you control what the Sidekick can do, how it behaves, and what value it drives. For HR managers, Sidekick becomes an extension of your team. Upload policies once, and Concierge Agent answers questions 24/7, freeing you from repetitive queries and surfacing real policy gaps. For team managers, Sidekick turns raw data into real insights. Excessive overtime, frequent absences, or team stress. So support can happen before burnout does. For payroll specialists, Sidekick is already doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. You can now run multiple payrolls with the effort of one. AI agents collaborating with payroll experts. It learns from past runs, suggests workflows, and flags issues like a sudden net pay spike before they become errors. The result? High precision, high volume payroll delivered with confidence. Once payroll is finalized, Sidekick doesn't stop. It shifts instantly, from back-end precision to frontline support. The moment employees get notified, Sidekick is right there, ready to explain, assist, and take action. And for employees, Sidekick is always ready. From answering payslip questions to planning leaves, it's like having an HR buddy in your pocket. And we're just getting started. Sidekick will soon support you across the entire employee lifecycle. From hiring to onboarding, managing performance, detecting anomalies, and even optimizing benefits. Sidekick isn't a new tool. It's the new way to work. The future of work isn't coming. It just logged in.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So, thank you for joining us for another episode of Sprout in Action, our live webinar series where we showcase how Sprout's solutions help organizations work smarter. So, my name is Lance, and I will be your host today. Great HR and payroll work depend on timely answers, clear guidance, and confidence in every decision. So, as policies evolve and teams move faster, accessing accurate information at the right moment becomes increasingly challenging, often slowing down a workflows and decision making. So this webinar offers a guided walkthrough of the new and improved Sidekick, Sprout's AI for Work, which is embedded within Sprout HR itself. And Sidekick offers role-aware contextual guidance, including labor law and compliance insights, helping teams work more efficiently and with greater confidence. Now, Before we dive in, a few quick reminders that this session is being recorded, which means that you'll all be receiving a copy of it after the webinar. And if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and drop them in the Q&A box anytime, as we'll be answering them later on. And for those joining us for the first time, let me give you a quick intro to Sprout Solutions. So we are a homegrown B2B SaaS company dedicated to helping organizations in the Philippines and across Southeast Asia simplify HR and payroll. So for more than a decade, our goal has always been to make work life easier for both HR teams and employees so that businesses can focus on what truly matters, which are their people and sustainable growth. And without further ado, let's get started. So to kick things off, let's introduce our first speaker. With over 10 years of experience in the SaaS industry, our speaker specializes in AI product management, and she plays a key role in shaping Sprout's innovative AI solutions, collaborating closely with cross-functional teams to enhance user experience and drive product excellence. Let's all welcome Janine Cao.
Hi, everyone. Good morning and happy Wednesday. I hope your week is going well. First off, I'm a little sick right now, so I apologize if I sound a little hoarse and I'm unable to turn on my camera because of technical issues earlier. But we're going to keep things moving since we have a great session ahead. And as mentioned, please drop your questions in the chat as we go. So to kick things off, since we're discussing an AI product today, I thought it's only fitting to let AI handle the introduction for me. And without further ado, I'll hand it over to my AI co-presenter to get us started.
Hi there. I'm Janine's AI assistant, here to guide you through the introductions and demos for Sidekick. Janine's just chilling for now, but she'll join in later to dive deeper into the product details in case you're curious or want to learn more. Let's get started. At Sprout, we believe your people are the heroes of work, but even heroes need a hand. Introducing Sidekick, your Sprout AI companion designed to power more intelligent work. Sidekick is your all-in-one AI assistant built into Sprout to anticipate your needs, remove friction, and turn every action into a smarter outcome for your team and your business. What makes Sidekick so capable? It is powered by specialized AI agents. At its core, an AI agent is like a smart digital worker. Think of it as a problem solver that can look at a task, figure out the best way to tackle it, and then take action. It works independently, learns over time, and helps you achieve your goals. It's like having an extra brain and pair of hands always ready to assist. So where do all these amazing AI agents live? They live in Sidekick Central. Sidekick Central is the command hub where admins manage these AI agents. Here, you'll find a collection of AI agents specifically designed to assist with HR, payroll, compliance, and general workplace tasks. Let's meet our first AI agent, Concierge. Concierge is your go-to for all company-specific information. It answers employee questions based on your organization's internal documents, like employee handbooks, company policies, or training materials. Let me show you how to set up Concierge. First, as an admin, you upload your information sources. For files, just simply drag and drop or browse your documents, then train. After training Concierge, you can test it in the Playground, which is an internal tool for admins to ensure it's working correctly before it goes live. Once you're ready, simply toggle the switch to publish Concierge to your employees. If you're still working on it, you can keep it offline. Now, employees can just ask their questions. It'll provide a precise answer based on the knowledge you trained it with, and importantly, it will also state its sources. When you click on a source, you can even view the exact snippet from the original document. This allows users to easily fact-check where the answer came from, building trust in the AI-generated response. Next up, we have Sprout Info. Sprout Info gives you quick access to information about all of Sprout's core products, like HR, payroll, mobile, and more. Simply type in your question, like, how do I file a leave? And it will provide step-by-step instructions. While employees can chat for information, admins have the added ability to file a ticket or request a call for more in-depth assistance. An email will be sent to Sprout, and you'll also receive a copy. Our experts will then review and reply to address your concern. Just a note, you'll need the admin dashboard type in Sprout HR to file tickets, and call support can be enabled upon request. Our next AI agent is compliance. The compliance agent specializes in answering employment-related questions based on Philippine laws. Its knowledge comes from publicly available legal and regulatory information in the Philippines. Simply type in your question like, "What's the minimum wage for NCR?" and it'll provide quick, accurate answers based on public government information it was trained on. Now let's introduce AI agents that further streamline your HR and payroll processes. First, we have the attendance agent. The attendance agent allows both admins and employees to quickly access and process essential HR information without navigating through multiple screens. It keeps attendance accurate and payroll ready with ease. Whether you need to check attendance, review timekeeping logs, or access leave credits and employee records, the attendance agent provides a simple and efficient way to get the information you need. You can even file certificates of attendance or COAs if you have any attendance discrepancies. It's faster and smoother without switching screens compared to manually submitting requests for each date with missing logs. Next, we have the payslip agent. The payslip agent gives you and your employees on-demand access to crucial payroll data. From viewing payslips and salary details to accessing payroll summaries, the payslip agent makes accessing your payroll information quick and easy. Finally, we have the records agent. The records agent is your digital records keeper. It makes it easy to retrieve employee and government information instantly and even generate official documents like certificates of employment. To get the most out of your records agent, you'll want to set up your COE template as an admin. First, configure the template by adding your required signatory details. You can easily upload your company logo and even a digital signature to keep things official. Just hit save and your automated COE is ready to go. The best part? Employees can already generate their own COEs instantly through Sidekick, completely self-serve. You can even specify if you want to include your compensation or not. Afterwards, you can preview the generated document for checking and download it for your needs, whether you're applying for a home loan, securing a car lease, or prepping a last-minute visa application. No more waiting for HR approval or manual email chains. Meanwhile, admins stay in full control. Sidekick automatically maintains an audit trail, providing you with a complete list of every document generated. This makes tracking and compliance effortless, as you can see exactly who requested what and when. So how does this all come together? All of these specialized AI agents are the skills that power Sidekick, your unified AI companion. Instead of jumping between multiple screens or waiting days for an email reply, you simply interact with Sidekick to get exactly what you need when you need it, all available on your Sprout HR dashboard and mobile app. In a nutshell, Sidekick gives employees instant, accurate answers, from HR policies and payslips to leave balances and company guidelines. Beyond answers, Sidekick gets work done. It helps process requests, trigger actions, and guide users through complex workflows, all in one conversation. Whether you're supporting one team or thousands of employees, Sidekick scales with your organization, working consistently 24/7 across departments and regions. And the biggest advantage? By letting Sidekick handle repetitive manual inquiries, your HR and payroll teams are finally free to focus on high-value strategic initiatives that actually move the needle for your business. Ready to empower your heroes? Log in and meet your Sidekick today.
All right. That gives us a glimpse of Sprout's AI capabilities through Sidekick and Sidekick Central. But let's dive deeper on why we've shifted to Sidekick. Okay. So before, if you're a user of Sidekick Central, users had to click on a single agent to chat with and get what they need. But this is confusing sometimes since users can't tell which agent to talk to, especially if they're not familiar with what each one does. But now you only have a single AI companion that you can talk to, which is Sidekick, where agents all work behind it. Sidekick will be the one to intelligently route or delegate questions, and it classifies single to multi-step requests, orchestrating them to utilize the available AI agents that we have in Sidekick Central. And to help you visualize it more easily, you can think of Sidekick as being similar to AI assistants like Gemini or ChatGPT. Behind the scenes, these platforms use specific tools to get the job done. So, for example, Gemini integrates with Google apps like Gmail or Calendar, while ChatGPT uses features like deep research or web research. In our case, Sidekick is powered by specialized agents that handle HR, payroll, compliance, and workplace tasks for you. But take note that Sidekick only supports these 4 agents for now. We have Sprout Info, Compliance, formerly known as HR Link, Attendance, previously HR Agent, and Payslip. So all of these are supported except Concierge and Records, which is the newest agent that we have as shown in the video. So for example, if you ask about your company policies in Sidekick, it's just going to say that it doesn't have access to your uploaded documents. But of course, moving forward, Concierge and all new agents will be supported by default. So what do we need to be able to use Sidekick? Sidekick is available to all our clients today, except for selected ones upon their request. It's also enabled by default, so you don't need to submit any CRFs or change requests to make this visible for your company. Then, of course, for our basic requirements, you must be SSO enabled and using Sprout HR or mobile. Sidekick is also visible to HR Lite clients, but it doesn't support payroll-only clients. This is because you need your Sprout HR account to log in to Sidekick. So, how much is it? Do I need to pay for anything to use Sidekick? Well, of course not. Sidekick is free forever with 300 consumable credits monthly only for Concierge. So, what does this mean? You can freely use Sidekick without any charge as long as your question is not related to Concierge. But once you access Concierge and ask about your company policies, that's gonna incur a credit. And how it works is credits reset monthly, so there are no carryovers. Every first day of the month, it resets back to 0. So right now, 1 credit is equal to 1 message, but we exclude small talk, so all of the hi and hello statements will not be counted. But for clients who are interested, concierge pricing starts at 5,000 credits for the lowest plan, then 10K credits, and 30K, which is our highest. But we can also customize depending on the agreement with the client. If you exceed the allocated credits, let's say you're in the light plan and you exceed the 5K, you still have the option to pay for the excess credits you consume for a small fee. So for example, that's 1.20 pesos per excess credit. Okay, now that we know a lot about the product, let's see it in action. But first, let me show you where to find Sidekick in the mobile app. So if you logged into the mobile app recently, we have a little Sidekick icon on the lower right with an animation. So all you have to do is click on that, and then it'll redirect you to Sidekick where you can send your chat, like so. Meanwhile, on the HR dashboard, we have a new widget that replaces the Today widget. So it's this one on the left. Just simply select a quick reply or enter a question in the chat box and it'll redirect you to Sidekick. Okay, now we'll proceed to the live demo so we can try some use cases. Right. So when you log into your HR dashboard, you will see this new Sidekick widget as the first widget on the left. First, let's try to input something, say hi. Then you'll be redirected to Sidekick to continue the thread. Let's just wait for that. Okay, Now let's try to do a very basic use case for info retrieval. For example, I forgot my government ID and I need my SSS number right now. So let's try what's my SSS number. While it's loading, let's go to Sprout HR and check my profile, just to cross-check if we're pulling the right information here. Oops, we have a little bit of a glitch. Let me just load that. Okay, so it's taking a while to load. I guess we can check back later on. Let's try to do another use case. Let's say I want to view my missing logs for the week. The week. Normally, you would go to HR and generate an attendance report, but now you can just ask Sidekick. Okay, let's just wait for that. Okay, so it was able to give me my attendance logs, including my missed time in and time out. So, okay, HR has loaded. Let me check the SSS number if it's right. Let's just go to government information. There you go. So it's aligned with the number here. And now it's saying that I missed the clock in for the previous week. Wait, hold on. Let me try and check here. All right, let me try this again. View my missing for this week. Okay. I think I put in the keyword. So it should be returning my missing logs for this week. Okay, there we go. So for this week, it says that I missed my clock out and then time ins for January 20 and 21. Just to cross check that here, I have really missed my clock in yesterday and my clock out on the 19th. So scrolling down here, what's good about this is at the bottom, it's proactively offering to file a COA or certificate of attendance. So I won't have any problems with my payroll when timesheet lock comes. So let's try and do that, but let's do it for a specific date. Let's say for January 20. Let's just say this for this date. we had a power touch. Okay. So let's go ahead and check here on HR if indeed it filed my COA. Okay, so here we go. It was able to file my certificate of attendance for January 20 at 9 a.m. Okay. So if you notice, we've just been using the attendance agent. Next, let's try a more advanced query involving 4 agents. Let's try this one. So my query is, give me a comprehensive summary of number one, my employee info from the attendance agent. Number two, my payslip breakdown from payslip. Next, the labor policies under compliance and the Sprout Sidekick Central Overview care of info. Let's check it out. So while it's loading, I want to talk about the agent's thinking process. Here you'll see how Sidekick plans and how it hands off the requests to multiple agents like the attendance agent, then the payslip agent, and so on. And here you can also expand the details of its actions. So it's a little long, but this serves as transparency for users to understand why a certain response was given, not just displaying the result blindly, so that it can also build trust and confidence towards the agent. Okay, so it's generating the answer right now. And let's check if it was able to give me the 4 categories. So first, the employee info was able to give me this information based on what was set up on my Sprout HR. Here's my payslip breakdown based on Sprout Payroll, the labor policies, and the Psychic Central overview. Okay. Next, Sidekick also supports multilingual capabilities, so you can ask in any language. And this is one of our favorite questions. So let's try my holiday basa. Okay, so tama naman, we have Chinese New Year and EDSA upcoming. So all of the use cases I've shown so far are for employees, but now let's shift our persona to an admin. So as an admin, I can make use of Sidekick to ask compliance-related questions. Let's say, what are the DOLE requirements if we shift employees to hybrid or remote? Okay. Okay, so it was able to give me a response according to the telecommuting app. And here at the bottom, it also gave me snippets of where it pulled the information from. Next, let's say I'm a new admin in the company and we've onboarded a new employee, but I'm not sure how to navigate Sprout HR. So all I have to do is ask this question: how do I add a new employee to Sprout HR? And there you go. Sprout Info, as the agent behind the scenes, was able to teach the user how to do it. Step-by-step shot. Then for the last few use cases, I want to try something that wasn't mentioned in the video, like common AI tasks. So let's say I want to rephrase the Sidekick Central overview in layman's terms. Say if you want to know more about it. Okay, there you go. Very easy to understand. And then you can also actually draft emails. So I say draft an email about Sidekick so that I can announce it to the company. And I was able to draft the email there. So Sidekick can do these use cases as well, but its real specialty is still HR, payroll, and compliance, tied directly to Sprout HR and payroll data. So if you want me to try anything in Sidekick later on in the Q&A, we can go back to them. All right, so that's Sidekick. Next one, I want to show you the records agent, which we're releasing very soon. And this is where employees can generate their certificates of employment or COE. Let's take a look at how we're doing it currently in Sprout HR. So right now, admins have to set the template in the form templates, and then they manually generate the document via the form generator feature. The employee details here are complete, but the generation part is still very manual because admins have to do this for every single employee requesting the COE. And then they have to affix their signature and email the employee. But soon in Sidekick, using the records agent, you can already generate COEs on your own. No need to email your HR manager, just chat and it's ready for you. So let's see it in action. Okay, we log in again, session ended. So first step as an admin, we have to set the COE template because employees will not be able to generate if setup is not complete. So in Sidekick Central, just look for the records agent and then click on configure. Okay. So here we see the preview of the COE template so that the admin can visualize what the generated document will look like. The ones with the brackets will be filled out with the employee details, and we have the signatory details here below as well. Then here on the right side, we have the admin information where they need to fill out the fields for the signatory details. Again, this is not for the employee, but for the admin to fill out. Okay, so you can upload your company logo, the name, the title, email, the contact numbers, and the signature of the admin. But this is only optional. And I already pre-filled this to save some time, but just to demonstrate, if I edit a field here, let's say I change the name there, then I do something like this, it's being reflected in real time. Then, for example, I change the logo. Let's try to upload another logo here. There, changed. Then, for example, I don't want to put my signature. Just delete this, and it's going to show this message to make sure that the COE is still certified by the company. But I'm not going to save this template, so it's going to retain the old data. So let's not do that. Then here, we also see the audit trail or the list of COEs generated by the employees so that the admin can track which employees requested the COE. Okay, so that's for the admin side. Let's go back here. Okay, so it reverted to the old information. Let's try to switch now to the employee side, now that the template has been set up. Okay, so remember the records agent will be supported in Sidekick when this is out. So I'm just accessing it through the standalone agent for now. Then let's try to generate a COE as an employee. Okay, so here it's asking if I want to generate the COE I want it to have compensation or not. So let's go with compensation. So, there. Okay, then I have to confirm if everything looks correct. We added this human in the loop feature here. I approve. Okay, so here it is. When I click on this, you can see a preview of the COE with the template that I showed earlier, but this time it's populated with the employee's details. Let's zoom in a little bit here. You see the name, the position, the company, the hire date, and the compensation breakdown with the basic salary, de minimis allowances, and the gross compensation. There's also the generation date and the reason here, which is visa application, and the signatory details that we set up earlier. Okay. But what if I want to change the reason for my COE? And super haba ng kwento. So let's say I change and update the reason. I actually want to apply for a credit card. So I need the COE. They're requiring me to submit it. And please don't put my compensation this time. Okay, let's try that. All right, so it was able to get it, no compensation and credit card application. Just have to approve this one. Okay, then we can preview the COE once again, but with the updated reason. So it's saying here for the purpose of credit card application now, and the compensation has been removed. Okay, so now let's try to download the COE. And I'll be able to see the document without the watermark. And I can already use this for my needs. Okay, so now let's go back to the admin side just to check if it's visible in the audit trail. So here you go. The admin can already view the details of the COE. This is what we generated earlier. Let's just try to double check this. It's the same document ID. All right, so it matches. So you might be wondering, why is the other COE missing since we generated 2 times, right? Well, we only record the entry here in the audit trail every time the employee downloads the COE. They can generate it multiple times, but if they don't download, it's not considered final. So it's not here in the trail. Okay, so that's actually it for the COE generation demo. Next, I just want to quickly share a couple of notes as we come to a close. So for Sidekick, again, as of date, we only have 4 supported agents: info, compliance, attendance, and payslip. And you can only retrieve information for yourself only, not for others. So for example, you can't ask for your manager's salary. And of course, you can't edit information like your salary aside from the details of your COA. Then for the self-serve COE feature, currently we only have a fixed template, so you cannot remove or add any of the fields, but we made sure to include the standard fields. Next, there are no approvals yet, but maybe in the next version, if we have use cases from our clients, we can definitely slot that in. And then next, for HR accounts only, the agent won't allow you to generate COEs with compensation since it's getting the data from payroll. And lastly, you can't generate COEs for others. You'll have to do it on your own. And that's it. So what's next for Sidekick? We have four major updates or five major updates coming this quarter. First, we're making it possible to generate self-serve COEs directly through Sidekick. So your teams have instant access to official employment documents. Next, to give you better visibility, we're adding agent analytics so you can track exactly how Sidekick is being adopted and used in your company. You'll also have more granular control with the ability to enable or disable specific features as needed per agent in Sidekick. And next, we're adding a human in the loop feature. If Sidekick can't find an answer, it will allow your employees to raise a ticket for your HR team to manage, ensuring no employee request goes unanswered. And finally, we are introducing new use cases like leave filing and break logging for employees. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for your time and for bearing with me today. I'm happy to take any questions you've dropped in the chat. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Janine, for that wonderful demonstration of Sidekick, all of its capabilities, and everything that's coming very soon. Within the quarter, and then there's going to be a lot more for the rest of the year as well. And before we move forward, we'd love to share a resource that can help you deepen today's insights. So we'd like to share this one because you can get practical frameworks and steps for building AI-ready and purpose-driven teams with our ebook, Future-Proofing HR with AI, an essential guide for HR leaders. So you can discover what truly keeps employees motivated and happy, and you can bring AI into your workspace while preserving a people-first culture, yung hindi nare-replace yung mga tao. So scan the QR code or click on the link in the chat to download your copy. And then coming up very soon is our question and answer section. So feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. And before we jump into that Q&A portion, though, we have one quick favor to ask, and we'd love to hear this from you. Please take a moment to answer our short feedback form, which should be appearing on your screen right about now. Okay, there it is. And your insights are going to be super helpful in making every Sprout Action session more relevant and impactful for you. So we'll wait here for a little bit so that people have time to fill it out. Yeah, so you guys are filling out the feedback form. So I hope you guys were able to see how how Sidekick is able to maybe help you in your day to day. So if there's a lot of if you guys are experiencing a lot of, like, let's say, time wherein you have to answer a lot of your employees' questions, or the other way around where you as an employee might be asking for a lot of different information, and it's taking and sometimes you're going to be asking for it during times that maybe the person you're requesting it for is not online, right? So maybe a Sidekick is going to be there to help you guys out during those moments. And just as mentioned a while ago, there's going to be a lot more capabilities coming in very soon. But right now, we've developed this with the goal of really helping you guys in your day to day for anything HR, payroll, and compliance related. And and again, these are things that you can find on your Sprout HR dashboard and mobile, and they're all forever free, right? The only thing that has a credit limit is Concierge, and but other than that, everything else that's coming that's on Sidekick right now, you don't have to install anything, you don't have to integrate anything, you don't have to download anything. It's already for clients who already have Sprout HR, right? It's already live on their dashboard and for their mobile apps. And we hope that this session was helpful for you guys so far in showcasing how AI can impact your day to day while keeping the human at the center of the work, right? That they're still the ones in control. Uh, All right. I think we have a couple of seconds left before we're done with the poll. All right. And I think that's our time for the feedback form. Please feel free to fill it out as well for those who haven't done so yet. But now we can move on to the questions. So again, we've got our speaker Janine to answer your inquiries, and I'm seeing some good questions so far. I think there were a couple that are being chatted a while ago. So let's get started. And for those who are still coming up with their questions or who are about to type their own questions, don't be shy. Feel free to send in more our way while we go through the current list of questions. So for our first question, can you please confirm whether Sidekick is allowed to change the shift time or rest day? And if so, how will the manager, as the approver in Sprout, and HR be notified or be made aware that the employee's schedule has been changed or modified? So yeah, Janine, can you take this one?
Yes, hello po. Thank you for the question. Right now, you can't change the shift time. You still have to do that on HR. So what Sidekick does is it just pulls information from HR. It's not able to update anything yet po, aside from the COA.
Got it. So it's purely for like information retrieval and it can do tasks for you, but it doesn't edit anything for you, right? Okay, got that. I hope that answers the question. For those that asked that, we can move on to the next question. Um, in the COE template, I saw in the configure during the demo, you will have to upload the logo. So how about a banner on top of the document? Is this possible to be uploaded? Our
Mm.
company letterhead has a banner and it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, currently we're limited to the logo po, since we have a fixed template for the COE. Maybe in the future we can allow clients to do that, but we're just launching the minimum version of the feature for now.
Got it. Thanks, Janine. So I hope that answers the question. So in the future, right, there may be more features that allow it to be more customizable. But right now, just so it can start working already and it starts serving its purpose. There's going to be a template, preset template as of. Next question. For the COE, is it possible that the employee just requests but cannot download?
No po. Strictly no. Since, yeah, as mentioned, we don't allow users to modify their information via Sidekick. So may controls po kami regarding that, especially for the salary since it's very sensitive.
Got it. Thanks, Janine. Thank you also to the people who have asked those questions. Next question is about break logging. So there's someone who's asking what the break logging feature is going to be for. Uh, yeah, Janine.
Okay, so some clients po or some industries require their employees to break their logs. Let's just say you have like a fixed break from 12 to 1, and then they require their employees to log their breaks on time since it has a bearing in their payroll. So yun po yung use case ng break logging natin. Just for tracking start and end ng breaks.
Got it. Thanks, Janine. So that feature is present for companies or industries who require it, but I think it's out of the way naman for those that don't require those kinds of features. Next
Yep,
question
yep.
is will the HR or manager, the approver in Sprout, see the break logging data? And if yes, is it real time?
Yes, yes, it's real time. We are connecting to the data in HR, so you can view that on your HR dashboard po, since it's an existing feature naman in HR.
Got it. All right. Thank you again, Janine. So we also have a couple more questions here. So someone is asking, how is Sidekick different from a chatbot or an FAQ?
Okay. So for the traditional chatbot, it's mainly rule-based. So imagine if you're booking a flight. What it does is it just books your flight. But with Sidekick or other AI assistants, the responses are non-deterministic. So in the flight booking use case, it's going to look for add-ons, it's going to suggest an itinerary or other routes for you. So it does more than um, the main use case. So yeah, that's the main difference, Paul. Rule-based for traditional and then non-deterministic or smarter for AI agents.
Got it. Thank you. Um, so we have another question here. Can Sidekick generate insights or recommendations, or does it only retrieve information?
Right now, it doesn't have a comprehensive feature for insights, but that is in the roadmap po. Right now, it just summarizes the information, but that is definitely in the pipeline.
Got it. Thanks, Janine. So for the next question, um, can Sidekick be customized to match the company tone or policies?
Sorry, can you repeat that? To
Oh,
match the company policies?
yes. Can Sidekick be customized to match the company tone or policies?
Company policies in HR po ba? Or like internal policies as in the documents in the company?
I think for this question, um, it's talking about how the like company policies, like the way it's supposed to talk, the way the kind of information that it can provide. Uh, yeah,
Okay. Right now, Sidekick has a built-in persona or configuration. But once we support Concierge in Sidekick and you upload your internal policy documents, it's going to be able to capture that context. So it will be tailored to what you need in your company
got it.
as long
Okay,
as you feed that data in. Yeah.
got it. All right, thanks, Janine. Next question. Can the agent feature management be configured to restrict the kinds of topics or questions employees can ask the Sidekick, either by limiting them overall or on a per module basis?
Mm-mm. Right now, it's in a per module basis once the agent feature management comes out. So if you notice po dun sa slide kanina, we have features for the attendance agent like attendance logs or employee schedule, viewing leave credit. So if you toggle that off, for example, see attendance logs, employees won't be able to view their attendance logs. But in terms of restricting the questions that they can ask, medyo wala po tayong control on that. Just the features that are built in within the agent. Yeah, so it's a per module basis po.
Got it. All right. Thanks, Janine. For our next question, how about for payroll concerns? Are the AI agents smart enough to detect possible payroll issues and suggest fixes?
If it's in the context of payroll processing, right now, it's not supported yet. Um, what Sidekick does is it just explains the payslip of the employee. Say, for example, the employee saw that they have deductions. They can ask Sidekick why they have deductions. So they get Sidekick will say na, oh, you were absent during this day, ganyan. But it's limited to that, yung explanation lang for the payslip. In terms of the errors, it's not supported yet po. Basta
Got it.
related dun sa processing part. Yeah.
Got it. So far it explains like maybe like like let's say for example, there's your payslip right now is different from your previous payslip. It can explain why it's like
Mm.
that, but it doesn't do
Yes,
fixes
yes.
for you yet, or it doesn't
Yeah.
tell you what to do yet.
Since na-process naman na yung payroll and the payslip is out, the output is there na. It works with that information.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much for those that asked that question. That's a good one. Um, there's someone's also asking. Not sure if na mentioned kanina, but when can we expect the records feature to go live, specifically the COE generation?
Okay, for COE, we're aiming to release that next month, hopefully. That's the earliest live date.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Janine. I hope that answers the question. How do you? There's a question here. How do you recommend rolling out Sidekick to employees?
Hmm. I think maybe we can show the use cases and the benefits of it to the employees. And yeah, maybe Lance, you can help me out here with some marketing part. But yeah, it's just basically showing what it can do and how it can benefit them. That's really the main thing when you introduce Sidekick or AI. And just maybe don't like maybe highlight the benefits more than, kasi 'di ba marami natatakot na AI will replace them. So I guess, we can highlight the benefits more than that part. But yeah, that's not happening naman.
Yeah, to add to that, Janine, right? So how it can be rolled out to employees is maybe a session like this, but maybe internally for your own company, where the admins or the people who are advocating for Sidekick or the use of it, right, can just demonstrate what it can do for them, how it makes their day to day easier, right, and then maybe a lot of pa- um, continuous encouragement in your own chats. Maybe I don't if you guys are using Microsoft Teams or Slack, right? To just continuously or Gmail or GChat, right? Just continuously use Sidekick and share other use cases. But I think that largely depends on how you guys also want to have new AI technology or new capabilities being adopted for your company. But we hope that these recommendations help. Next question. I think we have last two questions after this one. So, what support or training does Sprout provide for adoption?
For Sprout Academy training po ba ito? Or a different kind of training?
I think the question is maybe if like let's say a company is interested and they want to learn more about how it works, no, like so that they can help uh, do adoption related activities for
Okay.
Sidekick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're open to doing one-on-ones naman for training admins. Yeah. To show how it works, yung mga detailed na technicalities within the product, pwede naman po. We can set up
Yeah.
a discovery call or a scoping session for that.
Yeah, and I think for existing clients, I think this kind of request is also routed through their customer success managers, and then we can then coordinate a schedule from then on to see, what kind of training is needed or what kind of materials are needed. The next one is there's been a lot of questions kind of like poured in. What metrics or outcomes should organizations expect? Like for example, time saved or reduced tickets with Sidekick.
Yeah, definitely time save. That won't be included in the Q1 release pa po for agent analytics since we're just going to be showing the number of transactions processed, your active users, or para saan ba ginagamit si Sidekick. But in terms of the ROI, that is still in the pipeline, but definitely the important metric there is the time save
Mm. Yeah, I think
metric.
that would be like one of the more um, impactful like benefits of Sidekick. It's a lot of like time saving and a lot of like getting the information that you guys need. But like what Janine said, the other things are coming soon pa, no? So um, the next question is, how does Sidekick handle ambiguous or incomplete questions?
Incomplete questions. Well, if it's not trained within Sidekick or if it doesn't have any information available to it na based on the question, it will it will answer gracefully na it doesn't support that. And then sometimes it relates something to it. Like, for example, related yung leaves in Sprout Info. Um, it'll respond about that topic. Parang it just relates something that relates a topic na na-train sa kanya. Something like that. If it's not ano. But it will say na it doesn't understand if wala naman yung data sa kanya. Ayan.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Janine, for that. The next question is, how often can Sidekick escalate issues to HR or payroll teams when needed?
Right now, not yet, Papa, since it's not proactive enough. Employees still have to raise their questions through the HR desk, our upcoming HR desk feature. So yeah, it's pretty manual for now.
Yes. So I think Sidekick is here to collate and to get all of the information needed so that when you present it to maybe the HR payroll teams as needed, right? Then you have all of the information with you. So I think that's where the time saving benefit comes in as well. Wherein if you detected an issue, Sidekick can help consolidate all of that information. So next question is, how often can policies or knowledge sources be updated?
When you train concierge po, just a caveat, it doesn't, like, for example, you make a change in a Google Doc. It doesn't really retrieve it in real time, yung mga changes. So you'll have to manually re-upload your document. So anytime you update it naman, the Sidekick will be able to adapt to the changes. Yun lang yung thing doon. You just have to update it manually. It's not like automatic based on your changes in the document. Like, yeah, it's not synced yet. But when you
Yeah.
upload, it will adapt naman to the changes.
And I think as we saw naman that uploading is quite easy. It's really just drop
Yes.
down the file lang naman,
Mm.
no? It just doesn't have that, let's say for example, yung live sync in a Google Doc, no? So it doesn't live update based on the new information there
Mm.
right now.
Yeah, limitation po muna yun for now. But each time you update naman, it will be trained.
Cool. Okay. Last three questions. One is just asking how how quickly does Sidekick respond during peak usage?
During peak usage, well, I don't think I can answer that question because it depends on the query, like how complex the query is. Say for example, kanina, no, when I keyed in the 4 topics, medyo matagal siya mag-process. But if it's a basic question, siguro under 10 seconds. But yeah, it really depends on the query po or the question.
Got it. So I think it's more dependent on the kinds of information being asked rather than, let's say, peak usage or things like that. No. Okay, last two questions. Since the concierge has additional, how does it determine if it will be charged for the concierge related question?
Okay. Right now, concierge is not connected to Sidekick. So if you go to the specific agent in Sidekick Central, when you click on the concierge card there, um, yun, malalaman po niya na ano, na, well, it's there. The chat is from there. So, dun lang siya magi-incur ng credit. And once you reach the limit naman, it will give a warning.
So hindi naman siya automatic charging or anything like that, if that was
Yeah,
the
yeah, wala
concern.
naman. Wala naman po siyang automatic charging. It's only when you turn on the excess credits na option. So, it will block you naman if, ano, na-reach na yung limit.
Cool. Janine, sorry, can you quickly show them where to find concierge again? Like if
Sure, sige.
yeah.
Since it's not connected yet. Wait, let
Yeah,
me
since not yet
share
siya
my
connected.
Yeah. So you will see this dashboard here under the agent's menu and then click on concierge here. Yeah. On ko lang siya para makita. Yeah. And then you can just chat. So it knows na your queries are from concierge since you're accessing it from the separate or standalone agent.
Yeah, so it's not yet part of the unified experience, but it's in the roadmap naman, no, Jen?
Yep, yep.
Cool. So the last question is, I think, yeah, okay. So last question is Sidekick included in existing Sprout plans, or is it priced separate? And when will it be live?
Mm. Okay, so Sidekick went live on Monday. You can already try it po. And your employees can already see it on their HR dashboard or mobile app. And Sidekick is free. So it's built in Sprout. Wala po siyang bayad. Um, the pricing that I showed earlier is just for concierge. So unless you're availing or using concierge like very much, it won't incur any credits or yeah, it's free.
Yeah, and then the concierge credits refreshes on the first day of the next month naman, right, Janine?
Yep, yep.
Mm. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that question. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Sprout in Action. So big thank you to Janine for answering the audience's questions during the Q&A. And of course, a huge thank you to all of you guys for spending your morning with us. And we'd like to invite you to our next webinar this coming January 27th. And to register, you just have to scan the QR code or click the link in the chat. So I think they're going to flash it now. Okay, yeah, there's the link in the chat box. And I think they're going to be flashing it on the screen as well. Yeah. Okay, there it is. So it's about compliance foundation. So mandatory reports, workplace policies, and audit readiness. So uh, that has been Sidekick, and I'm Lance. And on behalf of the entire Sprout team, thank you very much, you guys, for joining. And until next time, stay future ready and keep building smarter and more financially confident teams. And we hope to see you in the next Sprout in Action. Thank you, everyone.